Well, good morning, Ohio Valley. Storm Tracker 7 meteorologist Zach Petey here, bringing you the Storm Tracker 7 Weather Explainers. This is a part of our web series that talks about weather phenomenon or events that you've been asking about. Well, for this week's, we're going to go through the Polar Vortex. Now, this is an area of low pressure and cold air surrounding both of the Earth's poles. Now, this definition is provided by the National Weather Service glossary, so there could be some technicality jargon, but I'm going to break it down for you right now. The Polar Vortex, it's a cold column of air swinging through typically central Canada. Now, cold air or polar means cold, and vortex talks about the motion of the air around the poles. Now, there's a polar vortex in the northern hemisphere as well as in the southern hemisphere. So we have two polar vortexes, of course, typically for us here in the northern hemisphere and through the northern panhandle and southeastern Ohio, we're impacted by the polar vortex in the northern hemisphere. This is when cold air filters in from central Canada and drops our temperatures to frigid-like temperatures. Typical values are typically in the upper teens, if not low teens. We actually had the polar vortex dip down in through the early portions of December. Now, this vortex is essentially a cold column of air extending up tens of thousands of feet above the Earth's surface. So it's a cold column moving from central Canada over into our area. This has absolutely nothing to do with us here at the surface, but the feature itself brings in much colder air and cold weather in throughout portions of the winter months for us here in the Ohio Valley. That was a look at the polar vortex. I have more to come on the Storm Tracker 7 Weather Explainer.